Welcome back to the Riot Kick YouTube channel. I'm your host Hawks, and today we have our first Ringside Report on WWE 2K25, including gameplay updates. This is to ladder matches, they talk about intergender matches, AI movesets, and so much more. So let's break this down bit by bit. So of course we've got the official gameplay trailer. Unfortunately I can't show it as it stands because they keep blocking the videos that I use it in, which is quite annoying. So in this first Ringside Report, they cover intergender matches, chain wrestling, submissions, barricade interactions, ladder match updates, the third person camera and AI settings for movesets. So we're not going to waste any time, let's get straight into it with intergender matches. So it reads, fans have been clamouring for it for years, and we're ecstatic to finally bring you intergender matches this year for the first time in WWE 2K franchise history. The ability to match up WWE superstars and legends from both the men's and women's divisions opens up a lot of opportunities within the game, whether you're taking on friends in local or online play or expanding your creative ideas and universe. The possibilities are exciting with support in various areas of the game. Want to pit the ninth wonder of the world, China, against Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero? Or how about revisiting Nia Jax entering the Royal Rumble? It's all possible in WWE 2K25. We also get a look at China in her WrestleMania 17 gear, a much clearer look than the trailer gave us yesterday, and a good look at Eddie Guerrero and his face scan as well. Intergender matches are supported for nearly every match type, including 1v1, tag team, triple threat, battle royal, special guest referee, underground, casket match, tournaments, and more. For tag team matches, you still have the ability to choose a traditional mixed match setup, but now you can also add a regular 2v2 where the men and the women can battle it out in the ring without having to tag out to their respective partners, which is huge. The inclusion of intergender match support also extends to some non-traditional part of the game, such as championships. Custom championships can be set up to support both the men and the women, so it can be put up in intergender title matches, which also includes the ability to set up intergender tag team champions. So if you create new intergender championships and crown Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest as champions, you could do that too. That sounds unbelievable. There are a couple of existing championships, such as the 24/7 up, down, down, and left, right titles that will also support both divisions. We go on to chain wrestling. We have been hearing from many of our fans that there was a desire for chain wrestling to return to the WWE 2K franchise, and we are happy to announce it is indeed back. For the uninitiated, chain wrestling is a test of technical skill that often occurs at the start of 1v1 matches, with competitors trading holds back and forth to inflict damage and prove who is the most proficient wrestler. In WWE 2K25, wrestlers start the match with a chain wrestling buff, which will trigger this mechanic from a grapple. So press circle on PlayStation, for example, in a 1v1 match, and it will trigger the chain wrestling. The chain wrestling minigame has been updated to provide more control. Each player will select the action they want to perform, such as switch to a new hold, wrench in the current hold, or drive them into the ropes. Then, a hotspot minigame will determine who will win the hold and perform their selected action. Chain wrestling won't occur in non-standard match types or in matches involving the new giant archetype. It can also be customized in the gameplay settings. It's a highly requested addition to the gameplay experience that adds to the realism and authenticity. There is a new look of Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa in the new SmackDown arena. As you see here, Solo Sikoa is going for a switch. Jey Uso has still the options of a switch, a drive, or attack, and then it triggers the right analog minigame that was in previous iterations of the WWE 2K franchise. Speaking of minigames, we've taken our updated submission system minigame to offer an alternative to the button mashing option. In WWE 2K25, you can now switch things up and use a slider base minigame which prompts players to use the left and right triggers to move the slide around the circle shown on the screen. Your opponent will of course try to move their slider out of the way, while it's up to you to try and overlap it to either escape if you're on the receiving end, or to get them to tap out if you're on the offensive end. The button mash option is still there of course that preferred that method. Onto barricade climbing now. Jumping off things is always a fun visual, and this year we're adding a few extra wrinkles to this part of the game. Over the years, we've seen WWE superstars such as Kofi Kingston make use of the barricades around their ring to gain a heightened advantage and launch themselves at their opponents for an aerial assault. And while we're giving players the ability to use them to throw or slam their foes into them, this year we're taking it a step further, or higher in this case. A variety of barricade styles are now supported, and you'll be able to climb on top and pull off a move dependent on the moveset of the superstar you have chosen or how you've customized the dives. You can even walk along the barricade like a balance beam to set up your dive. So there you'll see Seth Rollins. Let's quickly play the video and show you. And you see Seth Rollins diving off of the barricade onto Roman Reigns in the WrestleMania 40 arena. Similar to the top rope, the barricade can now be climbed facing forward or backward. While standing below an opponent who is on the barricade, players can perform new contextual attacks to bring them crashing down to ringside. Some of these attacks can transition into a carry, allowing you to pull off of the barricade and then slam them into the ring post or onto the apron. Another new feature of barricades is the ability to damage the LEDs for those that have them. A strong Irish whip or an attack against those LEDs could cause them to break and pixelate, and you see it in this image around this area here. It's the small quality of life changes that 2K are adding to WWE 2K25 that is making it probably the best game of the franchise so far. So we go on to ladder matches, which is interesting. Nobody expected this, but they have been updated. So ladder match, known for their high stakes and high levels of mayhem, have received some updates in WWE 2K25 as well. In WWE 2K25, we have completely redesigned the minigame in a way that better captures the tension and drama of a typical ladder match. This new minigame is broken down into multiple stages, with each new stage bringing the player one step closer to victory. As part of the minigame, players are prompted to press a series of buttons before the timer expires. Succeed and move on to the next stage, while failure will send you back to the beginning. And in an all-new twist, players can continue playing the game while hanging from the prize. So you push the ladder, the opponent will be grabbing onto the briefcase or the championship. That minigame will still continue. You will not automatically fall. To start, there is a new minigame while reaching the briefcase that will now prompt players to press corresponding buttons before the timer runs out, with all new animations. In addition, players who find themselves hanging from the object above the rim while the ladder has fallen down can still attempt to win the match. So you see the minigame in action here, our first look at ladder matches, and it's looking fabulous. The ladders have been retextured, but the main thing is this minigame. So you see the B button, you've got to mash B, the buttons will change, and then you move on to the next stage. There is a timer. Obviously we can't see the timer, but it's sounding very good and will add to the drama of ladder matches. The ladder matches have certainly needed this upgrade, so I think it's a great call by 2K to do this. Lastly, adding to the fun, finishers and signatures can now be activated from the top of the ladder for superstars who have those as part of their movesets from the top rope. Eddie Guerrero, for instance, can do his Flug Splash, while Macho Man Randy Savage can pull off the Big Elbow or Double Axe Handle from the top of the ladder. I have been wanting this back in the 2K series for years. I am so happy they are now allowing signatures and finishers from the top of the ladder. The spots that you can pull off and the things that you'll be able to do, and even in universe how cool it will look. It's going to make ladder matches a must play now with the new minigame and being able to do finishes and signatures from the top of the ladder. It really adds to how it feels and the ability to play ladder matches. It makes me want to dive into 2K25 and play a ladder match right away, because the new minigame sounds like it's needed the upgrade. The new minigame sounds like it's going to add to the drama, and being able to do finishes and signatures just adds so much into a match when you're a high-flying superstar anyway. So let's take a look at Eddie Guerrero hitting the frog splash from the top of the ladder in WWE 2K25. Look how good that looks onto RVD, the frog splash, and anybody that has a top rope finisher can now hit it from the top of the ladder. The third person camera option. So we have seen this in current gameplay, but we're going to quickly break it down for you anyway. Finally, we have the debut of the new third person camera in WWE 2K25 that opens up creative ways to experience gameplay. Whether you're a content creator, like me, or simply like to mix things up, the new camera controls bring the game to life in a completely new way. When activated, players can control an over-the-shoulder camera that follows your chosen superstars where they go. With the right analog stick, you can rotate the camera around the superstar or angle it high and low. So you see it in action here in Jade Cargill's entrance. That is the default look, but it gives entrances a brand new look. It's amazing. I think it's a fantastic addition. This can be accomplished both during the entrance, which will come up as an option once it begins, or during a match. As part of the presentation, you can even turn on the third person camera in the pause menu before the match begins. This movement of the camera during a match can be pulled off at any time. To perform an action using right stick such as pinfall or picking up the opponent, simply hold the right trigger before flicking the analog stick. In practice, it is a really cool way to show off different angles and putting you in the director's chair of a show. Now, this bit is a little bit confusing. No one expected updates to movesets as such, but I think it's a really good addition in the fact that you can set up AI movesets and how the characters are going to perform. I think I'll be whizzing through all of the movesets, to be honest, and setting this up. So let's break it down. The WWE 2K franchise has long featured deep customization of superstar movesets, with hundreds of slots to assign strikes, grapples and dives for every situation. This year, WWE 2K25 takes this system a step further by empowering players to customize how and when AI performed their assigned moveset attacks. When viewing a move assignment in Create a Moveset, players will now see a new option to edit the AI settings for that specific move. This allows you to adjust the priority, repetition and timing settings of the attack. So obviously you can see the WWE 2K25 menu here. At first it looks like normal, but you hit RB or R1 on the PlayStation and you can change the AI settings. So for the Phenomenal Blitz, the priority is preferred, only hits once, and it can be at any time during the match. So priority is the setting adjusts how likely AI will be performing the move in general. When set to preferred, AI will have a higher chance of performing this attack. When set to favourite, AI will try their best to perform the move at least once during the match, performing any setup necessary. The low and very low settings will deprioritize this move. Repetition. By default, AI tries to not repeat an attack too soon after it was performed. This setting modifies that behaviour. For example, you can discourage any repeats at all, or encourage AI to perform the attack multiple times in a row. So match by match you can change the AI settings in the move set, especially if you're a universe mode or content creator and you want to set up certain spots and you're having AI versus AI. You change the timing and the repetition, and you can do multiple times. You can not have it at all. So say Roman Reigns' spear is banned, you can tell it not to perform that move at all. It opens up so much customization for Universe. I think it's a great addition. And then timing. This setting allows AI to be particular about the phase of a match of which a move should be performed. Some moves make more sense in the early phase of a match, while other moves should be saved until the late phase of a match when both superstars have been worn down. So you can see here, the new menu for AI settings, and you see priority, repetition and timing, which we've just gone through. AI settings are available for over 150 moveset slots, including springboard, dives and submissions. Since AI settings are saved as part of movesets, they are fully supported by community creations. That is it for this Ringside Report. What do you think to the new additions in moveset? In ladder matches, we've covered intergender, we've covered finishers off top of a ladder, and signatures now, which is amazing. What do you think to the new information here on WWE 2K25? Let me know down in the comment section below what you think to the new additions, especially in a ladder match, and the movesets and AI movesets. If you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel for more information, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.